So, good morning. My colleague, the Honorable Minister of Innovation and Technology from Ethiopia, and the representative of the Minister of Science and Technology in Rwanda, the Senior Vice President for FICCI, and the Chair for the State Council of the Science and Technology here in India, and all the dignitaries that are present, and dear colleagues from the industry, from the different institutions around India, good morning. I want to start first of all by thanking the organizers of this particular summit for inviting me as Minister of Higher Education in Zambia to be an active participant and one of the people participating in the deliberations over the next 2 days. For me, as representing not only Zambia but Africa, I find this as a very important summit. And I want to start by saying I come from a continent that is highly associated with poverty. And I want to start with a quote from one of the most celebrated heads of states from Africa, Nelson Mandela, who said, and I quote, "Poverty is made by man, just like slavery and apartheid was made by man and removed by man." And I sincerely believe that poverty can also be removed by man. End of quote. And I believe very strongly in what Nelson Mandela said. And also, I represent a continent that is the richest continent of the world, full of natural resources. However, you will remain poor for as long as these natural resources are not exploited. And to be able to exploit these natural resources, we need to invest in education with a focus on science and technology. And I'm very privileged to head this ministry in Zambia, and I believe interactions such as the ones we shall have over the next 2 days are very important enablers of exploitation of resources on our continent. The third thing that I want to say is that science is the precursor to development. If we do not invest in science, as a continent, we may as well forget about ever developing. I further want to say that Africa has the human capital that is required. But this human capital needs to be skilled appropriately. And with appropriate skilling, we are then going to be walking the talk and moving together with countries such as India. Over the next 2 days, as a country, I think we want to learn the lessons that have developed India to where it is today. And that is, one, the deliberate investments in one, education, 2, technology, 3, appropriate skilling. My country has recognized that. And as such, the President of our Republic decided to establish the Ministry of Higher Education that is responsible not only for education and skilling of our people, but also in research and development, innovation, and entrepreneurship. So I come here with very open mind to interact with all of you so that we can partner. What I'm looking for is a true partnership. We come from a background of partnership, not by the definition of the English dictionary, where I think what we have benefited is what I call, quote unquote, a master-servant relationship, where somebody who knows very little about your country comes to the country as a development partner but becomes the one with the knowledge, and not you who knows the country better. And speaking to colleagues yesterday, I learned that we are looking for a true partnership where the people with the innovative ideas from India and the innovative ideas from Zambia can come together and develop a program that works for both. And I'm pleased to learn that this has already started in Rwanda, and we as Zambia will be looking forward to learning lessons from the way the programs have been moving in Rwanda. Because Rwanda is just a stone throw from Zambia. And today, Ethiopia and India will be announcing a partnership. And I'm sure before the end of this year, Zambia and India will be announcing a partnership. I have learned a few lessons when I visited India. That, in fact, innovation is not restricted to the top-notch PhDs, masters, but in fact, even as low as at grassroots level in the villages, where those who don't have PhDs have been able to innovate, and this innovation has been taken to scale. I'm looking forward to that as well, because Zambia does have the majority of its people without masters and PhDs, or even basic degrees. But how can we take that knowledge from the grassroots, from the poor women and men and young people in the villages, and put it to scale? So I'm looking for some discussions in that area, because I don't want to restrict our innovative ideas just to the top notch, but be able to grow it from the bottom to the top. I'm also looking forward to discussing with everybody in this audience about the abundant natural resources that Zambia has, which we can exploit by taking innovation to scale in partnership. I represent a country that holds 40% of Africa's water, a country that has some of the wonders of the world, a country that has all the terrains that you can think of in the world, from dumbos to arable land, the different species of woods, from rosewoods to mahogany to teak, a country that is blessed with not only water and the natural resource, but that has the brains and can work with the people of India to indeed not only make the lives of the Zambian people better by creating jobs, but also can translate into cross-fertilization about the very innovative people of India. Because when you come to Zambia and see what we have, you can even innovate much more than you have been innovating. So like Rwanda said, the idea is not to have FICCI only hosted in India, but FICCI hosted in Zambia, so that you can see the abundant resources and opportunities that exist in our countries that together we can exploit. And as we make our countries better, we also cross-fertilize and make India a better place, because you already are the kingpins of innovation and technology. So, colleagues, I want to end by saying, and I quote one of the other celebrated African and only African president of the United States, that together we can, and yes, we can. And the time is now. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Next, I invite Dr. Getahun Mekuria, Minister of Innovation and Technology, Government of Ethiopia, for your special address, sir.
Dear Honorable Professor Ashutosh Sharma, Secretary, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. Dear Honorable Professor Luo, Minister of Higher Education, Government of Zambia. Dear Shri Papi Reddy, Telangana State Council for Higher Education. Dear Ms. Sangita Reddy, Senior Vice President, FICCI, and Joint Managing Director, Apollo Hospital. Invited guests, all protocols observed. Let me start by also thanking the Indian government, the Department of Science and Technology, Minister of Science and Technology, and also FICCI for inviting Ethiopia for this very wonderful event. The world we live in is a world of people. It's also a world of technology. It means it's a world of people in technology. So today, we have to always talk about people in technology, nothing less and nothing more. According to the 2016-2017 statistics of the World Bank, the world is a country of 7.4 billion population and 74 trillion USD GDP. That means that the world, the country we call world, is a middle income country of 10,000 USD per capita income. But this country called world